Hello, everyone.
First question for Coach. Any thoughts you had of the game off the top?
Congrats to Montreal on winning the game. Our crowd was incredible again, as usual, and even after losses, we feel the love and support, and I just can't stress how important that is for us. We were a little fatigued, obviously, but they carried us the entire second half. We felt their energy. Really different two halves. First half, I thought we threw away and really didn't look like ourselves at all, offensively and defensively. I thought our spaces between our lines when we're defending in our 5-3-2 were way too big, uncharacteristic for us, especially in this last winning stretch that we've had. And then on the ball, we just weren't brave enough to switch the ball. I don't think we switched the ball maybe once or twice the entire first half. I thought we played more soccer in the first 5 minutes of the second half than we did the entire first. So disappointing first half for sure. As long as we learn from it, the loss is not as important. But we have to take some lessons from this night.
Toronto's usually the team coming out on the front foot, setting the tempo of the match. It looked a little bit different in this game, especially in the first half. Can you just talk about your perspective from the bench and maybe the players, what you were seeing on the pitch as well in the first half?
Yeah, like I said, we were never compact enough defensively, and it showed because they were able to play through us, multiple times, which usually doesn't happen to us against anyone. And the second half, as soon as we corrected that, I thought the game looked very different, and we had chances to equalize as well, but just wasn't enough time.
Just your thoughts on the first half and Montreal's intensity in the first 45.
Yeah, obviously, again, similar to what Marco said, you could see that our fatigue really kicked in, especially with the tough schedule we had this week. But yeah, in the second half, we turned it around.
Coach, you mentioned learning from that first half and then the momentum you built in the second half. Now you guys are going on your longest road trip of the season. How do you like the momentum you're kind of building going into the road trip, and what are your expectations for this trip?
I don't know if there's such thing as momentum really from game to game. I think within a game that definitely it happens. From game to game, I think there's this such a long break really where we don't really, even when we win, we don't really feel any kind of momentum going into the next game. Every game is really for itself. So we like to be on the road. We're looking forward to being together more on the road, and that's just looking for the challenge. Looking forward to it.
I felt like Colby Barnett was in the action a lot today. She got beat up a little bit for it too. Yes, can you kind of speak to her grit and play style?
That is her play style.
Yeah.
Yeah, Colby's definitely involved in all facets of the game. Offensively, she's super important to us. Defensively as well. She's tough as nails as you saw. I mean, and she would have to, our leg would have to fall off for her to come out, I think. So I think you saw it.
Colby, actually, I'm going to jump to you and sort of looking, off field. Obviously, with the contract extension this week to 2027, you must be quite happy about that one. You're smiling a lot. Just what has it meant for you to, play every minute for this team this season and, be in that key role to the point where you've now gotten that contract extension, 10, 12 games into the season?
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge honor. I mean, there's no words to really explain it. Like, I feel so honored that they have the trust in me to be signing me for an extension. And then also, having the fans supporting me, that goes into consideration when they're, creating these contracts, seeing how I work with the team. So, every day I just want to put my best foot forward for this team day in, day out, whether it's practice, off days, in game. And hopefully I could do that throughout the next 2 seasons and a half, the rest of this one. Yeah.
And Marco, I'm going to jump to you, continuing with the sort of off-field thread. Obviously, we saw this week, Olivia Smith broke the record for, world record transfer fee for a women's player. And with that sort of North Toronto link, I just want to, ask you the opportunities that this league has created, especially for young players. And, I think there are quite a few around the league, but with yourself, with your own team, Kaylee Hunter obviously is sort of forefront, and with the brace last week as well. The question is, do you think the NSL will be capable of producing that sort of £1 million transfer fee type player? And, how quickly do you think, if so, how quickly do you think we'll get there as a league?
Yeah, we're all proud of Liv. She was part of our club for 3 or 4 years while I was still there, and we always knew that she had potential to do something like this. As far as NSL is concerned, I think there's definitely potential for players to come out of this league and have those types of transfers. I think there's definitely a few on our team. I can't really talk about other teams, but that's our goal. We want the best young Canadians to play here with us because they will be given an opportunity to play and they will be given an opportunity to develop. So that's one of our biggest goals. It's not just winning games, but developing players that can really impact at the world stage.
Jermaine, Fan First Network. Coach, you made a change in the starting lineup up front with Lauren coming in and Jade sitting out the first half. Can you just talk about that decision and what you saw from Lauren in the first half there specifically?
Yeah, Jade is still coming back. She's still not fully fit or able to at least play multiple 90-minute games in a matter of a week. I think she actually played too many minutes already this week in the 2 games because Lauren wasn't able to play in that first game against Halifax, right? Yeah. So sorry, Ottawa, the other way, right? Ottawa. So that was one of the main reasons. Also, I mean, Lauren did great when she came on, and I thought she was impactful in the first half. I thought she rushed some of her final actions, but she was dangerous, and yeah, she's definitely a threat.
Your NSL record 5-game win streak comes to an end. Any big takeaways from that stretch?
Yeah, I mean, we got to start a new one now, I guess. But from the stretch, I mean, I thought we were quite consistent defensively, something that we weren't in the first half of this game, where we just looked very open and disconnected. And we know that that's something that can happen against really anyone in this league because they're going to punish you. And if anything, that's our biggest lesson from tonight.
And for Colby and Nikki, it seemed like a very physical game today, probably one of the most physical games of recent memory for me. Was that the same for you guys? And do you think that level of physicality will be matched against Montreal in a few weeks?
I mean, yeah, it's definitely a physical game. I feel like both of our teams are very high press, very athletic teams. So, that in turn is going to probably be more physical and more aggressive. I definitely think it's probably going to happen the next, 2 times we play them for the rest of the season, possibly more in the playoffs. And then, yeah, I think we just have to be able to deal with it, get those second balls a little bit more. I think that's where we were also hurt a little bit. Just we would win the first maybe and then not win the second. But I think matching that physicality in the future is definitely in the cards.
Just a question about Victoria's goal that she pulled back late in the second half. Maybe from a player's perspective, can you just talk us through what that meant for you going into the latter half of the second half and the energy you got from it?
Definitely gave us momentum. We heard the crowd. It was also Vic's first goal, so we're also super stoked for her. But under the circumstances, couldn't really celebrate too long. Yeah. But yeah, her pulling that back in a crucial moment, also from very far out too. We were happy, and I think that also gave us the confidence to hopefully look to get another one.
Yeah, I think that might be Vic's new thing now, the shots from halfway. I love it.
Breakaways don't do it for her.
No.
We go on the road for the next couple of games. Maybe just a message to the fans as they watch you guys from Vancouver, Calgary, Montreal, and Ottawa, and then our next home game at BMO. Just any message you have for the fans going into those weeks.
Obviously, BMO is such a special place. I think we owe it to the fans to win at BMO, so we're going to come back from the road, hopefully, with all wins, and at BMO, we're going to win too.
Yeah, and I mean, even though we won't be playing in front of all of our fans, we know that they're going to be watching, so yeah, keep watching us, keep supporting us, and then once we're back home, we're going to get a win for them.
To the players, you mentioned about the BMO field that was already announced that will be in the finals. But you also have another match at BMO Field, which will be during the Canadian National Exhibition, which will be versus Vancouver rise. I just want to know your thoughts of having a match during the Canadian National Exhibition.
It's going to be exciting. Colby's never experienced that.
This
so
is my first one.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. I grew up going to the CNE almost every year. So for us to be kind of like the finisher of the day is going to be exciting because there's going to be so much people there. So I'm excited for that game.
Yeah, we'll get people in good spirits. So I think it'll be really exciting, really fun.
Same
Also-
question.
Also to the coach.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't gone to CNE as much as Nikki, but a little more than Colby. So, yeah, it should be a great crowd. We had an awesome time last time we played at BMO. We look forward to it, and hopefully that's the second of the three because the finals are there as well.
I got to get a League One question in for the coach. Always. I noticed that Chloe had been in the first 2 games of the season. Then she was away for quite a while until tonight she was back. But I just wondered what was happening. And then I crossed over to League One and found it looked like she played 6 games for her old team, Simcoe County Rovers, in the meantime. Is that true, or am I looking back at the wrong year?
No, Chloe has a few sisters, so I'm sure it was one of her sisters.
It was
though.
not
Yeah.
her. Okay. All right. I just let's say for a player who's is out of the lineup for a long time, not because of injury, they get sort of enough time, I guess, just playing in practice. There's some teams in League One that, like the higher teams, drop their players down to League One to keep them in game conditioning. York United has started a team this year just to get some of their younger players playing. And, of course, the obvious thing is, of course, Forge and Sigma have, that's the reverse. That's how they got started, was with them. Is there any idea that you guys might start, or you could drop some players to North Toronto, let's say, to, because of contracts, maybe they have to be under 20 or so. Could you be doing that?
That was the idea at the beginning of the season. We just didn't get the affiliation approved this year. For them to be able to come down and play. What's allowed is 2 players plus a goalkeeper a game, but the affiliation wasn't approved, so it's not an option, unfortunately, this season. Next year.
And then last question. I know we spoke a bit about Colby. Colby, you're a player of the match for this game. Maybe Nikki and Marco, just some final words on Colby as a player and as a teammate.
I mean, I think I spoke about Colby enough this week, but
Sorry about that.
again, for people that didn't hear it, on field, best left back in the league, hands down. It's not even a question. Stats support that. Off the field, we love being around her. She's just a special character, amazing personality, just a pleasure to be around. And that's truthfully the case. I haven't met one person in the club that doesn't love her. So we're just really happy that she's extending with us.
And then roommate, do you have any thoughts on?
10 out of 10 roommate. Love living with her. We have no problems ever. It's great.
It's nice.
We literally just sit on the couch and do nothing. It's amazing.
It's an easy
such
life.
amazing human, and like such a hard worker. You can see it day in and day out. Like she's giving 110%. So love being on the field with her.
See, and that's a huge compliment coming from the Nikki Small.
Okay.
Come on now. Come on now, guys.
Thanks, guys. You're good to go.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Thank you guys.